So today we're going to look at this picture that was taken at, well, actually I don't want to tell you where it is taken at just yet, because part of the things I love to do are have the viewers really question and think about what they're looking at. So we'll get into that in a moment where this is actually taken. However, we're going to discuss this picture and another one and compare them, both in the same location. So let's get started. So here are the two photos side by side, so we can compare them better and understand the pluses and minuses in seeing the contrast between them. What strikes me first about these photos are the monochrome color scheme and those angles. Whoa, those are really serious angles. Okay, we have a lot of diagonals going on here, and it's just so intense and active, and I love it. It's really incredible. So the combination of the colors and these angles give a very strong industrial and even futuristic type of feeling. When I look at it, I almost get this idea of like an abstract type of spiral effect going on over here. We can see it over here and here as well, like this. Or if you prefer, we can go start over here and coming in. Or I'm not sure if the photo is leading us in or out. But in either way, we have this really intense motion going from corner to corner and then into the middle. So I like that a lot in both photos. Actually, at this point, I'm just going to talk about what I like about everything, and then we'll get into the differences later on to see how one has advantages over the other one. But both these photos, incredible. I love the variety of the lines and the weights and the values. So we have these thin lines over here, and then we have some thicker lines, like maybe over here or here, right? And then we could even look at the whole group, like this section in the middle here, these being like rectangular angles of a sort, you know? So they could be like really thick lines. And over here we have this angles over here. We have these lighter lines and these darker lines, or the negative space makes these darker areas. Really, really nice. A lot of visual variety and just so engaging for the eye to look around here. Also something that I like about these photos is that there's a lot of balance as well. We have, for example, when considering the light areas, we have a light here, we have a light there, and a light here. So it's really balancing our eye all around the photo. Dark-wise, similar. We have darks here, and maybe this as well, right? So we have, and over here as well, we have these lights, and darks and darks, right? So there's a lot of nice balance going on between where the eye is, how the values are distributed in the photos. I think that the way these lines work is helping pull the eyes, as I said, first in this abstract spiral, but also in these, I think, primarily two separate directions. Okay, we have a lot of leading lines that are heading up towards the back area over here, and these leading lines perhaps as well. So we have a lot leading us, I think, to this light area here. Same picture in this picture as well. And similarly, we have another set of lines, like this diagonal here with the very bright whites is leading us to this corner, right, in this picture as well. So we have a section over here, and then a section that sort of leads us to here, which again balances the eye between two focal points, so the eye can jump back and forth between them. So I think there's a lot of good motion happening here throughout. And as I sort of hinted to before, I love the unusual subject and perspective here that we're going on here. And what exactly is this a picture of? I'll tell you. If you made it this far in the video, you deserve to know. It's a picture of the light rail in Tel Aviv. This is where this photo was taken. This is a normal view looking straight on, and if you follow the escalator up, you can look at this area right here, and that was where the photo was taken. I was standing over here, crouched way down low on the ground. I had a few people looking at me wondering what I was doing, but I think in the end it was definitely worth getting a photo like this for getting a few stares. So now that we've discovered where we are and we've looked at two pictures, what I like about them, let's talk about where I feel that one picture has an advantage of the other and improvements. So here are two pictures, and I don't know, do you have a favorite? I do. I really do. Okay, so let's go into why I prefer one over the other, and we'll go step by step. First of all, let's look at the angles relative to the border of the picture. So in this picture on the left, in this photo on the left, we have these angles that are coming out, versus on this picture, they are pretty much parallel with the frame. As well as over here, this is very similar to the angle of the base of our photo. Over here, there's a little bit of an angle, not dramatic. However, between these two photos, I really, really love the outward motion that these lines are pulling or pushing the eye out, right? This creating this again, the spiral effect of pulling out or pushing out. So we have over here going out and here over out. And we have similar over here, but look, these lines here are very far from the edge of the frame. So maybe there's a little bit of a motion happening here, but it gets stopped by the time you get to the top of the picture. And over here, it's very vertical. It's just straight up and down, which is nice, but it's not as impactful or as dynamic as what we're seeing on this side. But for me, the real winner between these two for those angles is right here, this dynamic, how the way these lines push out. That's for sure big. Similarly, I'm a little bit confused over here. If you look at this picture, you see this white, this little light over here? So that draws the eye. People are always drawn to the places of highest contrast, and it's true, this area, right, these lights, or this skylight area, whatever this is a very bright area, and the large bright area in the scene. However, this little dot over here doesn't make sense to me. Like, why do I want to attract the viewer's eye to that corner of the picture? So that's a big negative to me. So now, of course, we could easily get rid of it using Photoshop and cloning, no problem. But these pictures, just as these pictures were taken straight out of camera, which is a better picture. So we can definitely fix this spot of light. Changing the angles, no, that's not going to be easy to do. I mean, we could rotate the picture, I suppose, a little bit, right? And then crop, and maybe we get something similar. But taking straight out of camera and looking at what we have, this is the one on the left, definitely wins in that regard as well. Now, it's true, there is a little bit of a light over here, right? Which, if we're just looking at that picture, we see that this light here may be a little bit distracting. And I would not argue with you on that. And so we could, again, Photoshop it out. So, but the other one is much more intense. Look at this. That's a bigger one. That's occupying a lot bigger area and for sure attracting the eye. Another thing that I like is that here, if we look at this angle on the left, it's really a straight line. It's working very nicely. But on the right side, do you notice this at the bottom? What is this doing over here? It's breaking the whole flow of this angle and this line. So it's just this little tubing that just sticks out and juts out into the middle of no place. That's also a big detraction for me, and something else I don't really enjoy about that picture. So with all that said, this picture is the clear winner for me. I really love it. The angles, the geometry, all these things, the unusual angle. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like it? Do you prefer the other one? Tell me why. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. And if you've enjoyed this photo critique, then check out my book, Composition Techniques to Create Compelling Photos. Chock full of examples and practical exercises, you'll learn how you can take your photography from good to great. It's available both as a paperback and digital download on Amazon. I'll leave links in the description below. Thanks again so much for watching, and I look forward to reading your comments and seeing you in another video.